Hello, everyone, and welcome to week two. We're off to a good start, and we're moving and grooving. So the first week of class, obviously, we kind of established a baseline of where we are, and as you can see, um, that we're spread out. We have one student in North Dakota, so obviously that would be a virtual type of partnership. But I strongly suggest using your classmates and partnering with someone. In the past, students have done that. They pick their own partner. If you need help with that, I can definitely assign partners, but I think it's more authentic if you guys pick someone to work with. It's just helpful to have somebody to bounce ideas off of. And as you can see, we're spread out, but we're not that far apart. Only an internet or link away, is so to speak. And this is for many of you, it's your first week of class, so I urge you to get to know your students, get to know your host a little bit, and kind of take it easy on the EdTPA stuff as far as up front. I mean, definitely it's a huge deal, but you want to get to know your students a little bit. Pass along that Weebly site information that I included in the announcements, that barrage of announcements I sent you last Friday or Thursday, about the Weebly site information, and then also start getting your permission forms in order, because largely that's out of your hands whenever you send them out, as to when you get them back. So you want to do that sooner rather than later. And then finally, I just want to close this week's discussion by talking about how this is a long job interview process, basically. Let me go here first. Let me go through. And hooray, I really do mean that. I'm happy to work, and it's a pleasure to work with you guys through all this. You're going to do great. Um, so essentially, this whole experience, just like a lot of your field work, is a long interview process. So you always want to put your best foot forward. And I included an article at the end of the SWAY presentation this week about some typical questions that are asked during interviews, teacher interviews especially. And let's go through this. I'm not saying to you have to write something out for each of these, but you want to think through and tell yourself honestly, do you have an answer for this? Because I can't tell you how many times since we've been doing this. Well, I guess I could if I really went into it, but a lot of the time the student teachers end up getting jobs or long-term sub positions, which end up leading to jobs at their site. So you can typically you'll be asked what what people would see if they walked into your classroom during an outstanding lesson. Why do we teach all those subjects in schools? And I'll let you read through it all. But as you go through, I wanted to remind you of this one because they will definitely ask you about this. Any hiring manager worth his or her salt will ask, how do you differentiate instruction to meet the needs of a diverse group of learners? And you want to think multiple intelligences and learning styles. That's how you can differentiate instruction and make it an individualized experience for your students. All right, so again, use these first few days to kind of in the week to get to know your students and start, taking notes. Think about your lessons and how they're going to translate to these students when you write them. How are they going to receive these lessons? What pitfalls do you have? Think about what their prior knowledge is. What do they already know? What do they have experience with? And how you're going to overcome that if they do not have prior experience with what you're going to teach them. All right, we will set up another meeting soon through Zoom, and I will put that out. I want this week to be about you and the students, so enjoy it, and always get in touch with me if you need anything. Thanks.